Welcome to the farm.
Welcome to the farm. I'm Justin, and today we're going to be back on our waterline project, and we have a beautiful day for it today. Beautiful day for digging. Pure sun, nice breeze. It feels amazing out here. But before we just hop in the excavator and start digging a trench and moving that waterline on, I want to take care of this section of the trench right here. In the last video we left off with just pushing some dirt into the trench to partially fill it. So today I want to work on leveling that out a little bit and getting ready for our conduit. I had to dig the conduit out because it got backfilled. I actually did that off camera, so that's ready to go. So once we get this graded, I want to glue a couple sticks of pipe on, push the dirt in, fill this section of the trench, and then we can go ahead, hop in the excavator, and continue digging. So I am not looking forward to doing this. It's really uneven. Like right here, we're in pretty good shape. I'm just going to knock this high spot down a little bit. But down there, we're really low, and up back there, we're really high. And it's really hard when I'm sitting in the Kubota to see how much I'm pushing into the trench, and I don't have a spotter to tell me when to stop or to add more. So it's just kind of guesswork. Moving the dirt's not going to be easy because it is so rocky. And trying to do that with a hand shovel, it's not going to be fun. But let's quit complaining about it. Start grading it out. So it took me about 10 minutes, but I got this leveled out a lot better than it was. It should be plenty deep. Right about here is 3 foot, and I only need to be 18 inches at the top of my pipe, so we should be good that way all the way down. Do I need to make the trench bottom look this nice? No, I don't. It's just a conduit. However, I like to have a nice flat bed as much as possible, so that way I don't have highs and lows and end up with a gap underneath my conduit. And then when you go to backfill, it can push the pipe down. If you drop a rock on it and there's nothing underneath supporting it, you can probably snap it, and it makes for a better install if you can lay your conduit as nice and level as possible. But yeah, let's go ahead, grab some pipe, and start gluing. All right, well, we got another 30 feet of conduit in the trench. Nice sweeping curve, should be nice and easy to pull wires through. I am super excited about that. I think we can go ahead, fire up the Kubota, and start pushing some dirt. I got that section of the trench filled in. I got a load full of rocks picked up again. Tell you one thing, there is no shortage of rocks here on this property. But that's not a bad thing. We can use them for building rock walls and decoration and all that kind of stuff when we actually, hopefully, at some point, get to that process. So I think we're just about ready to start the excavator up and start digging, but there's one more thing I want to do. So we are very close to the end of the water line that we have strung out already. And before we have to connect the next section, I think I want to take the next section and lay it out in the sun, so that way it can train itself to be straight and we're not fighting it when we're trying to lay everything in the trench. All right, I think we're ready to start digging. So let's move this water line out of the way, fire up the excavator, and move some dirt. So the digging's going really, really good. It's only been maybe 20 minutes. Unfortunately, it's starting to get cloudy, and I just checked the weather, and we're supposed to have thunderstorms with like an 87% chance of rain in the next 2 hours. So we're gonna go ahead and we're just gonna keep digging until it starts raining and see what happens. So it rained really hard for about an hour, and the top layer of topsoil is really slimy now, and I think the machine's just going to be sliding in the mud. So we're not going to be doing any more digging today. But I think we're going to tackle one more thing before we end this video. Now, I mentioned earlier in the video that we are really close to the end of the water line that we already have tied in. So I think what we're going to do is tie our next section in and get this tested today. So that way, hopefully, next time we get out here with the machine, all we have to do is dig. We don't have to worry about splicing on a water line, nothing like that. So let's get this temporary piece and hose off and get our coupling on with our new line. All right, let's take this hose clamp loose. And then I'm gonna heat up the end of the line so hopefully it'd be more pliable and get this fitting out. Perfect. Old hose clamp off. New hose clamp on. New fitting. Heat it up a little bit more. All right. So that's our union all made up. Let's go ahead and attach our temporary hose on the other end. All right, so that should be good enough to test it. Let's hook up to the hose. All right, so here we are at the coupling. I can feel the water filling into it now. I don't hear any air leaks. I don't see any water dripping. I think we're gonna be good to go, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave this under pressure. I'm gonna go take care of our animals. That'll let this sit for probably a good 20 minutes or so and see if we develop any leaks. All right, so that's been sitting for a good 20 minutes. There was no water dripping out of it. It's wet because, believe it or not, while we were doing chores, it rained for about 5 minutes. So everything's wet to begin with. But there's no leaking, no air noises, nothing. I think we're good to go. Well, that's gonna do it for this one today. Unfortunately, we did not get very far with the digging. However, I'm looking at the silver lining here. The little bit of digging we did do went really well. We're getting into some better soils. The walls are staying, things aren't caving in anymore, and we're able to just dig and keep working and not have to worry about things falling over, which is awesome. I'm so happy about that. That means if this continues, we should be able to make some good progress in the next video. Hopefully you guys enjoy this. I just want to say thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.